Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for killing time with me, CC Cowie Z. Today, we're just doing a helmet refurbish on my Arai Defiant-X. Got some new cheek pads, replacing those 25mm cheek pads to the 40mm cheek pads. I think I might be off there, but we'll see. We'll get into it. I got a new neck roll for the Arai Defiant-X. I'm not sure if I'm going to put that in or not. I know a lot of us know how to take the interior of our helmets out because first thing most of us do is go ahead and buy a Bluetooth comm system. This is a video about how to take out the interior of your Arai Defiant-X specifically. The Arai helmets that sometimes these cheek pads and things are compatible with other helmets. They're a little different. Every helmet's a little different, I think, by Arai, and the Defiant-X is no exception. Now, it's a 6-year-old helmet, and some riders are going to say the Snell recommendation is to get rid of it, but that's for racing. This just has a couple more years left in it, and I'm just replacing the cheek pads because it doesn't fit my face the way it used to because I lost weight. So I'm, like I said, upgrading to those 40mm, and then I got a new rear duct. Like 6 or 7 months ago, my helmet slipped off of my seat while I was getting gas, and the rear diffuser duct, or spoiler I call it, hit the foot peg and cracked it a little bit. It's no big deal. I just wanted to replace it. I got a different color. I think it'll look cool, but let's get into it. Let's get into this helmet refurbish. Thanks for killing time with me. All right, now what you're going to want to do, hopefully you have some sort of helmet donut to do work on your helmet when you need to do maintenance on it or clean it. I've got this old helmet halo. I don't know if they still make these or not. I forget where I got it actually as well. But you can pick one up fairly cheap. So, all right, let's get into it. What you're going to do, the neck roll has plastic tabs that go into the chin curtain, behind the chin bar, in between the chin, the helmet and the rubber gasket, and behind the chin pad. So the chin pad is just this little piece of padding that you can pull forward a little bit that's separate from the helmet rubber gasket and the interior. So what I mean by that, I'll just show you, okay? You're going to want to just put your thumb right here and don't pull too hard. If you hear any ripping or tearing, stop. But you've got a chin pad. A neck roll pad goes right in here to the chin pad. And it's long. So once you start pulling it, you're going to think, oh, wow, this thing is much longer than I expected it to be. You'll pull up your chin curtain a little bit there. And then there you go. You can just start pulling it out slowly. If you start hearing, like I said, any odd sounds, any tearing, ripping, you're going to want to go ahead and stop any cracking. Now this gasket, it moves. The edge of it you can pull back just a little bit like that. Let's see if I got my headlamp on here so you'll hopefully can see a little bit better. And you just keep going with it. And once you get to the point where you can't pull anymore, you see there's too much resistance. Go ahead and do the other side after that. Like I said, you pull this little chin pad off a little bit, the chin curtain, and see, it comes right out of there. That's pretty easy, self-explanatory. There's another tab in here that's going to go behind the cheek pad. I don't know if you can see that right there. There's a little bit of white foam. This tab goes into that little leather triangle right there. It goes behind it. That starts the chin pad on the chin bar. And the same thing. This long piece comes out. And you're just going to want to keep pulling slowly, softly, never mind my speaker wire from my comm system, until you cannot pull anymore. Then take your hand on this rubber piece or plastic piece, hard rubber right here. You want to grab this, because remember, the neck roll ends right there. This part is cushioning on the helmet, so you want to put your fingers behind this. And I give it like a 1.25 inch twist, 1.5 inch twist, And there it goes. It popped loose. And that's what you want to get out of here. You want to get those tabs right here, if it'll focus on that. These are the tabs you're breaking loose when you do that. When you turn it about 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches twist, and it'll pop loose. All right, so there's the neck roll. You can see it's dirty, it's faded, it's got sweat stains on it and everything, but I still think this is totally fine for me to reuse. If not, I'll put the new one in later. I got the same exact size. Now, they don't sell these neck rolls in sizing to reshape the contour and fit. Only the cheek pads are for that. All right, let's set this neck roll aside. All right, now that the neck roll is removed, you're gonna wanna pull the cheek pads out. Try to get those, there it goes, popped right off of there. There's no noise. It's not gonna make a sound or anything like that. Now, like I said, I've got my speakers in here still. I need to take those out. But right now I'm just getting these loose on camera. Same thing with this one. Exactly like the other side. You're going to start pulling it. Do it gently. If you hear any weird sounds, stop and start over. Take a look at it. And you can see there's another speaker pad right there. And there it goes. As easy as that. Just like that. Now this side, it's a longer wire. Yeah, there we go. 20 millimeter for the Defiant-X. That's what they come with. Now let me get the speakers out of here. This is what I was saying earlier. You just want to take these and take the, if you're going to wash them, take the fabric off. Don't throw the whole piece of foam in the washing machine. This is what I was also talking about earlier, that these pads are die cut. So you can adjust the sizing, but putting them back, like if you pull too many of these out and you realize, wow, it's not fitting me well anymore, it's not tight, putting these back in might be a little challenging, and having them stay and not slide around. There you go. I'll take that all apart. Take that fabric out of there. It's sewn in, actually, which I'm kind of surprised about. I'll take the speaker off right here. Velcro is getting deteriorated pretty badly. And there's your cheek pad. Now what you do is you just pull this apart, this plastic right here, slip it through the hole, the chin strap slit, and that's what you wash. You don't wash the whole pad, you just wash the fabric. So you don't want to throw that in the washing machine. That's not going to hold up. This, however, and just go ahead and wash it by hand. Like I said, some Woolite, some very mild soap. Go ahead and wash it by hand, but see how it's all faded? All right, now let's do the other speaker. Get this out. Let's see here. See how the foam is sort of on these speakers has deteriorated as well. It's just sweat. It's amazing that it just, absolutely tears up felt and Velcro and stuff like that. Those are felt, actually, some kind of a soft cushion. I'll pull it over, and then again, take that. I like how they've sewn onto the plastic clasp like that. I really like that. All right, take your other earphone out, or ear speaker out. Just lay it right there. Got your left side. All right, now we've got backup pieces of fabric. If we ever need fabric in the future, you've got it. If you ever want to put your pads back in, let's say I gain weight back and I need these, I've got them. Now, getting this back in here, of course, the strap sheath or sleeve now, and the foam right here is, you got to really push it through. You got to really just, work it on there and not make sure it's not just sliding up. You got to make sure you're actually getting it through the hole and not bunching it up. That's the word I'm trying to find. All right, here we go. Make sure that space is not very wide. Go ahead and pull it through and see how the foam and everything else didn't want to come with it. It wanted to bunch up. You're going to really have to push that hole wide open and pull the fabric through there like this, so you're not ending up with this little stubby chin strap because it didn't want to pull through all the way. See, that had to pull through just like that. And again, the instructions for the cheek pad, pretty vague, not very good photos, some description on how to do it, but I wish Arai would be a little bit more descriptive about it. This front tab right here, should have shown it to you before I put it on. There's a receptacle right in here, and that is the chin pad, basically. That's all you're doing. You're pushing it right into the chin pad. Now that it's on, the strap's pulled as far as it's going to go. You put that tab, if I can get it on camera for you. You put that tab right back here, and it will slide right into place. And you just push down firmly, push forward so that tab goes into where it's supposed to go, behind the chin pad. And there you have it. It's on. Push down a little bit. Make sure it's in place. It's pushed forward. And there you have it. You got enough chin strap to grab onto. When you grab your chin strap, it's not going to pull off. Take a look at it here. This is exactly where it's supposed to be. Right there. No, same thing for the other one. You pull your chin strap through. This one's a little bit easier to work with because it doesn't have the sheath the same exact way, and the fabric is not as long on this one. Like I said, I really wish I had better lighting and better angles for you, but I'm glad you're bearing with me. All right, now right here, there's the tab. Tab is right there, and that slips right behind the chin pad here. Right behind there. You can see where this has to line up with the helmet, rubber gasket. So what you want to do, let's get a better light for you. That's not good. I have a very terrible time trying to get a good angle for you here. Thanks for bearing with me. Could have put a light inside the helmet. It's probably what I should have done. But once you push that forward, I'll push it forward. You're going to see the whole pad just wants to go right in place after you get that tab. That's the main tab you want to get in. In the front right there, push it forward. I'm not in the right hole, obviously, because it does not want to go in. There it goes. Push up just a little bit. Make sure you got it in there. Pull your chin strap all the way through. And there you go. That's the easier part. The chin strap is the hardest part on this, is to getting pulled through on this side. Getting it pulled through far enough. And the cheek pads are much easier than the neck roll, in my opinion. All right. Now, and again, these are the 35 millimeter cheek pads. I thought I was getting the 40, but I decided on the 35s. Since it's 10 more millimeters thicker than what the helmet originally came with, the Defiant-X comes with 25 millimeter. I believe it was. Nope, 20 millimeter was the original. And now 35 millimeters is what I got, not 40. Let me make a little correction there. So now we got our cheek pads on. I fixed the placement, I hope, of where my Cardo is going to go now. My Bluetooth, I want to change the position of it, but that's a different video. So move that over to the side. You get your neck roll. I actually decided I'm going to do the new neck roll. Now, when you take a look at your helmet, there's 3 black half circles. That's where these tabs are going to be going in. You got 3 tabs. Those are the ones you had to do a 1.25 inch turn to get it out. And they just snap right back into place. I'm gonna move my wiring out of the way here, if I can, without being in the way of the camera. All right, now line those tabs up with those black half circles on the fabric back here. You can also use the rubber gasket seam that meets. And if you can't spot that, go ahead and use that Snell and DOT certification decal to kind of line this up. Now, you don't have to turn it to get it locked into place the way you unlock it. All you have to do is push down. You can feel the tabs right there with your thumbs. You can feel the material. Now, I think the only part is lining this hard rubber piece up, centering it. Push in a little bit and make sure you get all that leather fabric back into the under the rubber gasket. And just keep pushing down softly, gently. You gotta have the cheek pads loose so you can get these tabs back behind the chin pad and chin bar. In between the chin pad and the chin bar. But first, you're going to focus on just getting these tabs to click in place. And you see, you can feel the fabric right here. And just keep pushing down softly. Keep moving all this fabric around. Click that into place. It's just about to go in there. I can hear it. There it goes. Got the left one locked into place. Get this right one locked into place. Try not to block your view, but I do have to put my fingers in there to get it locked in. Wow, that does not want to click into place for some reason. This one's been a little bit resistant compared to the left one. The left one was very easy to get in. Just listening for that click. There it goes. And now we got one more back here to do. There it goes. Clicked right into place. All right, now you can continue working around the rubber gasket here. Getting all that leather back flush with the rubber. Continue working around, pushing it in and kind of under a little bit. Now I have to use this to put my speaker wire back around here. So it does what I want it to, so I can reposition that comm system. There we go. Now, once you get it up here, you're going to want to tuck the tab back behind the chin pad, the chin curtain area. I'll try to adjust some light here for you. I got my headlamp on, but I don't know if it's working for good angles. I know it works, but I just don't know if I'm getting you a good angle. And then you feed it through right there. And now this tab is going to go into the into the cheek pad. You can see that. This tab right here into the cheek pad. There's a little piece of leather and it just goes right behind that little leather shroud. So it can pop into place. Get your other tab over here. Put it behind there. Bring it around. It's underneath the chin pad. Whoop, I'm knocking into my camera. Sorry about that, y'all. Make sure it's right there behind the chin pad, between the pad and the bar. Now that that's in place, go ahead and squeeze down on the cheek pad. Now make sure you're going back behind where the cheek pad's supposed to go. You want to get this tab for the cheek pad. You can see that pad right there, that tab, excuse me. You want to get that in also and push it forward behind that pad that sits on the chin bar as well. And then you can gradually go ahead and squeeze in the back and then push down on the chin pad just a little bit to squeeze that into place and forward. You want that tab for the cheek pad to go up behind the chin pad. All right, now you get this back in here like this, behind that fabric on the neck roll. I know I'm not doing a very good job showing you all how this works because the lighting, and it's just an odd position for all of it for me to have light, unfortunately. All right, same thing. That tab for the cheek pad, you want to make sure is pushed behind. Now, go forward. See how my thumb's pushing forward on the cheek pad and down in. That speaker section is going to fit snug right inside of here, just like that, up against all the other cushioning. And there you have it. It's a little bit of finagling. It's a little tedious. It's not, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, the directions could use a little more to be desired as far as the photos and the description. But once you do it one time, and like I said, everybody's got the Cardo systems now. So once you do it once, you're pretty much going to have it down. And then it's just reminding yourself, refreshing your memory next time you go to do it. That's all. All right. So we're going to remove this cracked, broken air duct cover. Now there's a vent back here, and all this does is cover the holes, covers the mechanism. Mechanism's fine. I got one of these pieces of dashboard for automotive removal, like if you're putting in a stereo or something, or you got to take the door panels, the plastic door panels off your car interior. That's what this is. And I think that's going to work well. So I'm not putting heat. I don't want to really apply heat to any of this. Just, I don't want to jeopardize the interior of the foam or any of that stuff. So this should work. If it doesn't, I'll end up grabbing something else and trying maybe a credit card or something like that. But I think this should work. Now, it might come off in pieces because there's already a crack here. But see, it already kind of popped it up. And then let me try to pop it up here. Try not to scratch the paint or anything like that. Just apply some pressure and pull up lightly. Try not to move the whole table. But just pull up slowly. And it should start to peel away that adhesive tape. There it goes, right underneath there. Hopefully I won't scratch the helmet. There it goes. That part popped up. Let's try it again here on this side. Don't want to grab any of the actual vent mechanism. Just want to pull the duct off. Just keep applying pressure, slowly pulling up. There it goes. And that's all one piece. Now this is why you're going to have to use some of this IPA. Yep, this IPA, not the kind you drink. Not the IPA you drink. That's 70% isopropyl alcohol. Should do the job. No, that's not bad. I mean, like I said, it's a tiny little crack. I could fix it probably if I wanted to. Not really that worried about it. I'll break off a piece of paper towel here. Grab some of that isopropyl alcohol. Just dab a little bit onto the paper towel. And this is also the place where if you want to inconspicuously try the alcohol, make sure it's not going to fade the paint. Do it underneath here. But yeah, that tape does not want to come off. So you're going to need some alcohol for sure to get that off of there. It's a good time to go ahead and clean any bugs that got underneath that rear diffuser or rear duct off. I got bug guts all underneath here. It's been accumulating for the past 6 years. Now, you know, it's a shame that they discontinued this Defiant-X. I really like this helmet. Like I said, I got it right when it came out. It's about 6 years ago. And I thought this was going to be something I could repurchase later on. I always thought, well, I like the look of it. I like the feel of it. It's quiet. It's light. Very lightweight. And it's my first Arai helmet. And it's my favorite helmet I've ever had. I mean, I've owned 10 motorcycles in my life and 27 years about of riding. And this has been my favorite helmet so far. And it's really a shame that they discontinued it. But I guess it's all about that ECE rating. They wanted to go ahead and add that to these because they only had, like I said, the DOT 218 and the Snell certifications. Now this glue is on here. That is for sure. And I think it's going to take a little bit longer to get this glue off of here than I thought. So what I'm going to keep doing is rubbing it down with this isopropyl alcohol. And I don't want to bore everybody with glue and 3M tape removal, because that is boring. I mean, I guess I could just talk over it, but I'm afraid I'm going to lose y'all. And That's not what I want to do. Ooh, this is sticky, sticky, sticky stuff. I mean, I guess it has to be in order to do its job. And so these rear air ducts or air duct diffuser or air duct cover, air vent covers, don't go flying off at triple digit speeds. Sometimes people who wear these helmets actually do those speeds. Not us. We don't do that. Heck no. Let's grab this other duct over here. The new one. The black replacement. Little ASMR for you. For those who like it. I'm not really into it, but some people are. All right, here's your instruction manual, little direction pamphlet, or ditto, I should say, they put in here. And that's the underside view. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wipe this down one more time, just to make sure I'm not sticking it right down to old dirt or glue. Oh, and there goes the old one. At least it's cracked already. And I'm gonna go just a little bit higher, so I'm not. Ooh. Yeah, it's easy to make a mistake, that's for sure. Even with those sort of die cut I think that's good. I think that's right. I think that's where it's supposed to go. I'm feeling it. That looks pretty good. I know it looks a little bit crooked from here. Not down into that groove the way I thought it would be. And that's what you want to do. You want to get it up a little bit higher so you're not getting water and stuff in there. And you can actually grab this with your gloved thumb while you're riding down the road. See, I had it down a little too far first, and I wasn't going to be able to put my thumb in here and move this toggle to open and close the vent. But now that's better. That's a lot better. Much, much better. I think that looks pretty cool with the black on the white like that. It might not be exact, but man, it is close. Very close. It's hard to line up. It's harder to line up than you think. Having the sort of concave shape to follow, you'd think it's going to be a lot easier to put on there, but it's sort of wanted to sag down a little bit. And if you do make a mistake, you can just buy more of this adhesive or any type of adhesive that's going to be safe for this. You want to try it out and make sure you're not putting something on there that's not going to be compatible with the material. Yeah, see, that's easy to make a mistake and get it on there and put it on there crooked, but I think mine looks pretty good. I'm not that worried about it. If I think I did it wrong, I'll fix it later. I'll just pull it back off again, get some more adhesive and put it back on there, but it's pretty spot on. I mean, there's a little spot right here where I can't really get my nail underneath, where I'm right here, I am. And that's why I was saying, I'm like, is this even the right size? But it is, because I lined it up with the other one and it works. It looks darn good. Excellent. Now I'm going to go back with some isopropyl alcohol and do a little bit of cleanup on it, and we'll be back. All right, we got the finished result here, the Arai Defiant-X helmet refurbish. Got the cheek pads in. Got the neck roll in. I decided to go with the new neck roll. And I've got the new air duct on, or rear duct. I think it looks cool in black. Now this, I didn't get a really good video of me putting this on because I realized after I did it, I ended the video because I thought I was done, and I looked at it and I did not line up these clips to the active air vent. It's just a little spot where there's two brackets on here, very small brackets, and you click them right in. But now that's done, so I like it. I think it looks good. I've tried it on already. I'm not going to try it on because it's definitely not going to be a good sound quality with it on my head. I got the mic down here, so it wouldn't sound good with me wearing it, but I might have a few photos of me putting it on. But all right, thanks for killing time with me. Now, if you're in the hunt for a new helmet, your helmet's not that old, you're not racing in it, if it's older than 5 years and it's DOT legal, you can still use it if you're street riding in it. We can go on and on about that's not what Snell recommends, but Snell's recommending that for racing helmets, not regular street helmets. So take a look into refurbishing it. I might even go ahead and get a new mirrored visor for this. They're about $116 right now. And I don't know, maybe even replace these and get some black intake ducts. That look pretty cool. But all right, I really appreciate you for killing time with me. And if you like what you see and you want to get notifications and stuff like this and how to do things like that, go ahead and ring that bell, and I'll be happy to see you in the next video. I really appreciate you all. Killing time with CC, Cowie Z.